Hey guys, welcome back to MelaninMedia. Yay! My name is Ben Rosie.
My name is Leah, and we have a good one for y'all today. Of course, following the Super Bowl, Mr. Usher, we got some things to say.
Oh no, we got some good things to say because we love Usher over here. We love you.
We do.
But first, I want to talk about the song bets. Basically, the song that you were expecting Usher to come out to, because he has a big catalog and he had a lot of options, but what he chose was not to be expected. So what did you choose?
I personally thought that he was going to start with Confessions. You know, like, it's not one of his big songs, but if you're a true Usher fan, you will recognize that song.
No, that song is solo. I'm just like, wow. It hurts me every time because I couldn't be the other girl. That would have hurt me. But the song that I was thinking is Yeah, because I was like, that's a classic Usher song. How are you going to, like, when you hear Yeah, you think of Usher. That's like his staple.
It really is. I feel like that's why he couldn't really start with that song, though. Because, like, obviously people were betting on it, so a lot of people would have won some money.
I would have won some money. There was a lot riding on it. But Caught Up, it was an all-time banger.
Oh, yeah.
It was an amazing, he came on spectacular, and there was just, so, like, the startup was just immaculate. Like, when he got up from that seat in that fur coat, ooh.
Oh my God.
One thing about me, I'm gonna have a little crush on Usher. So I'm gonna be fangirling over here.
See, this crush didn't last too long, a decade.
Since I was a little girl.
Since I was in Pampers, do you hear me?
Pampers is crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, but we gotta talk about the good and the bad.
Of course.
We have to be good critics. But first, let's talk about the good.
Let's talk about his wardrobe, or lack of wardrobe.
Lack of wardrobe? I actually thought his wardrobe was pretty good. He wouldn't change it. Oh, you meant? Okay, but like, I don't see a problem with that.
Oh no, there was no problem. Best believe he had me feeling some type of way when that shirt came off.
He was hot, he was sweaty. Those lights are bright and they're hot, so there's no problem with that. Absolutely not.
Where was the Super Bowl again? Arizona or
Las Vegas?
Las Vegas, yep, it's hot down there.
It's a desert, so, and you would do a 2-4 check.
Now, don't get me wrong, Usher is a really, really good performer. I went to go see him in Vegas maybe a couple years ago.
Really now?
Yes, so he brought everything that needs to be brought. It was definitely an Usher show.
Okay, but can we please talk about those rollerblades and that
blue my God.
suit? Oh my goodness, he killed it. I never thought it would work, but he made it work, and I was like, I definitely thought he was gonna fall on those rollerblades.
Didn't he fall? There were rumors saying that he fell.
He did like the little oop, you know, like when you when you're on rollerblades and you do a little oop and you catch yourself. He did that. So we gotta give him a little grace, please.
I was not expecting him to come out on skates, cause like, oh my gosh, his choreography, the dancers when they were doing all those backflips and stuff, I was like, okay.
I was like, please, Lord, don't make any of them fall. Not during this month.
Like, I can skate, but I can't skate like them.
Not like that. But let's move on to talking about, let's see, those guest performers, you know, the ones he was bringing out. You know, we got to first bring out Miss Alicia Keys.
Of course.
Oh, Miss Alicia Keys.
I used to look up to her when I was younger, trying to learn how to play piano. She was such a big inspiration for me.
A good job on that piano.
Oh my God.
And her outfit, that red ensemble, and it was just flowing throughout the whole stadium.
Gosh.
I'm like, who has that opportunity? Who has that class, that elegance?
I want to buy her outfit so bad.
I would. If it was prom season, if it was fall season.
Oh my God.
That would have been my inspiration. I'm like, you remember seeing Alicia Keys during the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that. Give me that right there.
No matter how much it costs, I want that one. That one right there.
That probably costed like thousands of dollars.
Girl, at least.
And it's worth every jewel, every single jewel.
Oh my God.
But I would say, moving on, let's talk about Ludacris and Lil Jon. Okay. Little John, when he came out to Turn Down for What? I was like, what? Like, I have not heard this song since 2020,
oh my God.
2019. When did that song come out?
Girl, you asking the wrong person.
It felt like so long ago. I felt like it was like high school when it came out.
I thought he was going to play To the Window.
You know they can't play that on national television.
Man,
on television.
With everything else they was doing up on that stage, they could have at least played To the Window.
I don't think so. But Ludacris in that fro.
Oh yeah.
Ludacris when he was walking on that stage, when he hit that stage.
Usher brought out everybody. Do you hear me?
Everyone and their ancestors. He brought out everybody that needed to be brought out. But
let's talk about this performance they had.
yeah, we gotta get into this bad part because there was a lot of good.
Yeah, of course. We start with the good.
But
Usher, honey.
didn't you just get married? I'm sorry. Didn't he just get married?
I think he did.
You got a wife. The one thing I want to talk about, Alicia Keys. Don't she got a husband?
Of course she does.
Don't he got a wife?
You know it.
So what are two married people doing on the stage, loving and touching on each other?
What I'm about to say might be a little bit controversial, but I think Usher was initiating most of the stuff. Cause I don't know if you noticed, maybe it's just me just making stuff up in my head, but I could have swore there was a part during the halftime show where she pushed him away a little bit. Yes, I swear to you.
Ain't no way.
And I mean, it could have been the choreography or whatever, but it looked like she put her finger on him and pushed him away.
Nah, but then what's it called? When he went behind her back and was loving and touching about, she didn't push him away there and then.
Yeah,
she didn't push him away when she needed to. I'm just like, you had time. That was the moment. That was your moment to shine.
Now you know Miss Alicia got a talking to when she got home.
What's his name? Swiss Beats?
I don't even know.
He came onto Instagram and Twitter. He was like, you guys are listening to the wrong stuff. And I'm like, no, you looking at the wrong stuff. He was touching on your wife. Me personally, I would let that shit slide. Woo!
No.
But hey, that's not my wife, not my problem.
I mean, but I'm not the only one with that speculation, because not to be an instigator or whatever, but you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook. I am not the only person that has had these thoughts.
I mean, that's just, I'm just looking at this is grown folk business.
Yeah.
That's grown folk business, and grown folk gonna treat it how grown folks do.
Yep. It's not something for me to worry about.
That's it. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is one that I heard, but I don't know if you heard.
Oh, I don't think so.
So it was Justin Bieber was supposed to get on the stage with Usher, even though Justin Bieber was in the stands.
Really?
He was watching the Super Bowl with his wife, sitting down and stuff. I don't know why people were expecting Justin Bieber to show up, even though him and Usher don't got no songs together. I don't know. I just didn't like how the fans, they were like, where's Justin Bieber? Where's Justin Bieber? If the Super Bowl really wanted Justin Bieber to perform the Super Bowl, they would have asked him.
Exactly.
Most definitely. And he would have accepted, trust. But
I don't know. I did hear from a friend, though, that Usher and Justin Bieber do have a song. I don't know what the name of the song is, but I think that might have been why people were expecting him to come up on stage.
now, as a believer, as a former believer, I think I know what the song. He was like, I need somebody, I need somebody to love.
Oh, you better hit it, girl.
I know that song, but that's only one song, and it was
Yeah.
and it was one of their major songs. It was one of their minor songs, so I'm just not a strong enough case. But can't wait to see Justin Bieber at the next Super Bowl.
Now, I will say, when her came out on that stage playing guitar and
Oh
stuff,
my goodness.
I was really expecting Usher and her to do their song, Risk It All, from The Color Purple.
Really?
Yes, that song, I have her on repeat. I listen to her every day.
I have not listened to that. I'm gonna have to listen to that when I get home.
Song. It is such a good song.
But she was amazing on that guitar, though.
She make me want to learn guitar.
The solo is she had the whole room shook. It was amazing. I loved it.
Outfits, sunglasses, hair was to the floor.
Oh my goodness.
She was dolled up. She was ready.
You know one thing about her? She always gonna kill it with the sunglasses.
Always,
she always gonna look like a cool dude.
I'm just waiting for a halftime show with her in it. Her as the main guest or the main performer.
We Could Have Been has to be the first song. We could have been.
You think she'd bring Chris Brown out on stage?
I mean, she should.
I think she should too.
I think she should too. But we getting off track.
Little bit, my bad.
We gotta talk about the bad now. Next up, they're using the final one is when he almost fell. We talked about this earlier, but he recovered himself.
He did. He did.
You know, I'm starting to look at this as an overall success. There's not a lot of bad, just a bunch of good. So
yeah, it definitely had its ups and downs.
Yeah, so overall, this Super Bowl halftime show was a complete success. No faulties, no problems. And that's going to be the end of our show today. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
I'm Band Rosie again.
I'm Leah.
And thank you so much for tuning into MelaninMedia. Bye.
I'm black at KU. Of course, people don't hear me when I speak.
I'm black. Of course, I'm cool with half the black people on campus.
I'm black. Of course, it takes me 30 minutes minimum to do my hair.
Oh, God.
I'm black. Of course, I'm rocking Jordans to class every day.
Word.
I'm black. Of course, I make sure my hair is done before everything.
I'm black. Of course, I get my Chinese food from the hood.
Of course, I'm black. My parents don't tell me to do the dishes even though I was already gonna do them.
I'm black. Of course, I got beat as a child.
For black, of course, we have this style.
Hey, it's Renetta, and today we're going to be doing an album review. Today we'll be reviewing Vultures 1 by Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign. It is 16 songs, 55 minutes and 40 seconds. It came out February 9th. Let's get into my thoughts and then what I liked and what I did not like. Thoughts. Kanye thought this was going to be another 808s and heartbreak moment. He thought we were going to hate it and in 5 years we were going to love it. We are not going to love this album. This album sucks. This might be the worst thing he's ever put out. Not the worst thing he's ever said, but the worst thing he's ever put out. This album sucked. Kanye did not eat it at all. In 10 years, it's like, you know how Poopity Scoop, or what was the actual song called? Whatever it's called, the song's actually called by Kanye, how that song was actually really good until we got to the Poopity Scoop. Scoop de whoop de whoop. It was never gonna be that. It was never gonna be that. This sucks. Real bad. Real bad. The songs that I did like out of the 16 songs, and like is an overstatement. I liked maybe 2 little snippets in each song. I liked Stars, Talking, Do It, Paperwork, and Fuck Something. An honorable mention is Hood Rat, and for some reason on Spotify, Good Don't Die is hidden. So I don't recall the song. I don't know if an artist was mad that he took or he sampled something from their song or what happened there, but it's gone. So yeah. I think I really liked Hood Rat because is it called Hood Rat? Yes. I think I really liked Hood Rat because of the sample in it. I don't think I actually liked the song. I don't remember. But out of 5, I'll give it a 1 out of 5. Out of 10, I'll give it a 0 out of 10. It was not a good album. In 10 years, we're not gonna like it. Because a lot of people were hating on Donda when it first came out. Because I don't know. But Donda was really good. This is not that. Vultures sucks. Real bad. Real bad. Real bad. Real bad. Ty Dolla $ign, he ate a little. He ate a little. I won't lie. Has he made music in a minute? I don't think he has. But this was good. Is it like 2016 Ty Dolla $ign? No. It was never going to give that. I think he should go back into retirement. I think Kanye should go into retirement. He is 50-something years old and he needs to stop. It's not good. It's getting embarrassing. If he's not going to make another Life of Pablo or another Donda's Crazy, but another My Dark Twisted Fantasy or anything, he needs to go. I can't do it. It sucks. He needs to just stay silent. Take care of your kids. Stay with your new wife. Do your little fashion, keep it over there, and stay hidden. Okay, that's it from me today. Maybe next week we can talk about Beyonce's new song. Is there an album coming out? You tell me. I think there might be. But I'll see you guys next week.
Today on MelaninMedia Sports Edition, we'll be talking about the Super Bowl. So obviously, as we know, The Super Bowl was played against the Chiefs and the 49ers, with the Chiefs coming out on top in overtime, 25-22. The game started off kind of slow, no points scored in the first quarter. 49ers grabbing 10 points before half and the Chiefs getting a field goal. Then it started to pick up a little bit in the second half. Both teams went back-to-back before the Chiefs kicked a field goal, making it to overtime. Now, it was really interesting with the overtime rules, because before in the playoffs, it used to be a coin toss, and whoever won the coin toss, they get the ball first, they go down, kick a field goal, and then you win the game. And then they were changed into where you had to go score a touchdown to score. But since the Chiefs and Bills game back a couple years ago, arguably one of the greatest playoff games of all time, those rules were changed because when the Chiefs got the coin toss, they went down and scored and won the game. So the rules were changed. And now both teams get a chance to go down the field and score. So what happened this past Sunday at the Super Bowl, the 49ers went down, kicked the field goal, but all the Chiefs had to do was go down and score a touchdown to win the game. Now, this game marks an incredible dynasty for the Chiefs. This is their fifth. In the 5 years, this is their third Super Bowl championship. 54, they beat the 49ers. 55, they lost to Tampa. 56, they didn't make it, losing to the Bengals in the AFC Championship. Last year, Super Bowl 57, they beat the Eagles. And then just this past Sunday, they beat the 49ers. Now, for Chiefs fans, this is probably amazing because over the past 50 years, prior to Super Bowl 54, they saw an incredible drought of playoff loss after playoff loss after playoff loss. And so they drafted Patrick Mahomes in 2017 to where he took, in his first year in 2018, he took the Chiefs to their first AFC Championship game in however many amount of years, lost to Tom Brady, unfortunately. But ever since then, the Chiefs have been in the AFC Championship. Each year, Mahomes has been a starting QB, which personally, in my opinion, I think is started the dynasty. Now, a little bit more of kind of how the Chiefs' journey got to this Super Bowl. Number one, the first game, they lost to the Lions. Then they went on a 6-game winning streak against the Jaguars, the Bears, the Jets, the Vikings, and the Chargers. Then they lost to the Broncos. Now, here's another stat. This is the Broncos' first win against the Chiefs since 2015 when Peyton Manning was the quarterback at Arrowhead. Then they get a win against Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins in Germany. This is Tyreek Hill's first game playing the Chiefs since he left back in 2022, I'm sorry. Then a loss to the Eagles in the Super Bowl rematch. Then a win at Vegas. Then a Sunday night loss at Green Bay, and then an at-home loss at Buffalo. That next week, they beat the Pats. And then the week after that, they lost to the Raiders at home on Christmas Day, which was a devastating loss. And most fans, Chiefs fans, and other fans and critics and other analysts said that this Chiefs team is over. They're not good. They can't catch the ball. They can't defend the run. They can't do a lot of things that the past Chiefs teams have been able to do to win a Super Bowl. Most teams have written them off. After that, they beat the Bengals, and then they beat the Chargers to close out the regular season. Now, heading to the playoffs, most people thought there's no way this Chiefs team will make the AFC Championship, let alone the Super Bowl, because this will be the first year that the Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes, were not hosting the AFC Championship game. First up in the wild card, they played Miami again with Tyreek Hill in the -degree weather. Absolutely tragic for Dolphins fans and the Dolphins players who are used to playing in southern Florida in Miami. Then the next week, they played the Bills in another classic. Now, most people thought this would be the Bills' year because in years past, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills have never been able to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. So most people thought with the Chiefs being a down year and this Bills team looking excellent as ever, they'll be able to top Mahomes because the Bills are at home. But no, that didn't happen. Late in the fourth quarter, the Bills missed a field goal, which would have tied the game, but the Chiefs won. And then here comes the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens, which most people had the Baltimore Ravens going to the Super Bowl against the 49ers. But, let alone, the Chiefs prevailed with Patrick Mahomes to make another Super Bowl appearance. Also, another note, Lamar Jackson was the MVP this year as well. Now, beginning of the Super Bowl in the halftime show, Usher. Me personally, I love Usher. Usher's one of my favorite artists of all time. I thought the Super Bowl halftime show was amazing. And in fact, I think even the past years was amazing with Rihanna and other artists. So that's all I got to say.
What's the word, y'all? My name is Carmina Douglas, and I am here to give you a Thursday to Thursday rundown of what each of the Black organizations on campus are doing. So, starting off today, Thursday, February 15th, we have 2 events. The first one is that the Omega Theta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, as well as the Eta Iota chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, are having a karaoke night. It will be at 6 p.m. at the Stillford Place apartment complex, and it should be a very fun night. There will be refreshments provided. The second event going on is that Gifted, Empowered, Motivated Sisters and the Emily Taylor Center are having a Sister Circle. Sister Circle is a monthly event that is dedicated to the health and wellness of Black women and femmes. Today's session is at 6:30 p.m. in the Bird Union Forum A, and it will encourage participants to explore their self-love and self-image. Then, next Tuesday, February 20th, the Black Student Union and Black Creatives Collective are having an open mic night, and this event will welcome anything from poetry, singing, rapping, lip syncing, really whatever you want to perform. It will be at 6 o'clock p.m. and it will be held in the Office of Multicultural Affairs classroom. Then the following day, Wednesday, February 21st, GEMS is having a general body meeting at 6:30 p.m. in the OMA classroom. It will be a fun event of just catching up with GEMS, seeing what they've got coming up, getting to know the members. Then, that same day, Wednesday, February 21st, KU's National Pan-Hellenic Council is having Meet the Greeks. They are having it at 7 p.m. in the colloquium of Capitol Federal Hall. If you've ever been curious about what Black Greek life is all about and you're interested in learning more about it, that's the place to be. The organizations that will be in attendance are Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. And finally, next Thursday, February 22nd, the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students is having a general body meeting. It'll be at 6 p.m. in the Divine Nine Room of the Kansas Union. And if you're interested in discussing healthcare inequities and disparities and their impact on the Black community, then I highly recommend that you attend. That's all for this week. Next week, What's the Word will return to discuss the events happening from February 22nd to February 29th. See y'all next time.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to MelaninMedia's Slice of Insight, where we'll be leaving you with food for thought from Black history. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Alicia.
Did you know that Oscar Micheaux was the first major filmmaker? Micheaux explored a number of jobs before becoming a filmmaker. In 1904, he moved to Dakota and became a successful homesteader. Documenting his experiences from homesteading, he wrote the 1913 novel, The Conquest. This novel gained attention from a film production, and due to Micheaux's attachments to the novel, he created the Micheaux Film Corporation to produce the film himself, becoming the first and only independent owner of a film company. He rewrote his novel, The Conquest, changing the title to Homesteader, which became his first full-length silent film. Micheaux continued to pioneer and make more than 40 films in his lifetime. He was the first Black person to create a sound film with his film, The Exile. His last film, The Betrayal, was the first Black film to open in white theaters.
Dr. Valerie Thomas created the illusion transmitter that grew to become the 3D film technology. Thomas was captivated with tech from an early age, but was never encouraged to explore these interests. In fact, her introduction to the field was from a book titled The Boys' First Books on Electronics. After graduating from high school and attending Morgan State University, her passions were fostered. After graduating with her physics degree, she accepted a job at NASA. When attending a science seminar, Thomas saw an exhibit that demonstrated an illusion. That exhibit inspired her to invent an illusion transmitter, created the first 3D movie technology.
Alice Ball created the first treatment for Hansen's disease, also known as leprosy. At a young age, Ball was introduced to chemistry through watching her parents develop photos. When she graduated from high school, she attended the University of Washington, where she received 2 degrees, one in pharmaceutical chemistry and another in pharmacy. In 1915, she returned to school at the College of Hawaii to attain her master's degree. She then became the first woman to graduate with a master's degree in chemistry. After being asked by Hawaii's public health officer to improve his leprosy treatment, it took her less than a year to develop one. It was the most effective treatment up to the 1930s. After her death in 1916, there was an attempt by one of her assistants to steal work as his own. However, the attempt was discredited and her work remained even after her death.
Eddie Pline is the original creator of dental grills. Pline moved from Suriname to Brooklyn and had dreams for South American football, known in the U.S. as soccer. Soon those dreams changed to the fashion scene after a 1983 trip to South America resulted in a cracked tooth. He visited a dentist. He was offered a gold cap but was concerned with its permanence, which sparked the idea of temporary dental grills. Pine was accustomed to gold tooth caps most of his life, but wanted to branch out in a new form of expression. He then created grills with diamonds and other embellishments, colors, and textures. After gaining popularity, he opened a store. Although retired from the business, this trend continues with artists of today.
That's all for this episode of Melanin Media. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at MelaninMediaKU to keep up with us and find more content from the show. Appreciate y'all.
Have a great weekend, Jayhawk.